All right, you guys, today is January 15th, which means we were smack dab in the middle of January, which is cray. So whatever it is your goals are, you have plenty of time to work towards them, Success Club or rank or whatever it is. So let's see. So tonight we were supposed to go on at 9. I know that it's a conflict we've always done 8, so we're going back to 8 because the other call was maxed out last week. She tried to get 1,000 slots, and for whatever reason, Zoom was not cooperating, and she still can't get an answer from them. So it's literally going to be my husband's vacuuming, which is great, but not right now. Okay. So I thought, you know what? There was a call at noon yesterday. We'll go ahead and start with that one this week, and then we'll just be a week back on series, which is not a big deal, right? It's still going to be the same content. We can just watch it together. And I literally have watched 3 minutes of it. I haven't even watched it. I've just figured out to watch it with you guys. So the kind of theme of this series is most people who get on these calls as of right now are coaches who've been around for a while, right? Like all of us that are on here, we don't have any new coaches. We're all, been around for a while. And there was a series of threads in a group that I'm in. And it was basically saying, the question was, were you ever stuck in your business, and what did you do to overcome being stuck to move forward? And the series of people that are hosting these calls are people who were stuck maybe at Diamond or 1-star or even Emerald, and were over like a serious period of time, and then were able to get past where they were and move on to at least 5-star or above. And so tonight we have a call which is getting to master your mindset and pushing forward to maximize actions in your business. So hopefully he stops vacuuming soon. I'm so sorry. You guys hear that? No? Okay. Good. We're leaving Thursday, so we're trying to prepare for our home being house set for. So, all right. Here we go. And again, I'm sorry I've been all over the place with the time. I know we were going to be 8, 9, but we're back to 8. So, all right. Let's see. Hopefully this works.
She's doing special so that you can start.
Let me start it over.
Make sure it's speaker view. Hey everyone. Happy Monday. It's the Monday after Super Saturday or Super Sunday or Super Friday. Since we all have it on different days. Hopefully you guys are recovered and ready to hit the ground running and as excited for 2019 as I am. I'm so excited about all the announcements that they had. I felt like a new coach all over again. Like, this is all so exciting. So, I know that you guys were really fired up after last week's call with Rachel Baldwin, and we have such an amazing lineup. And
I don't know why it's sticking when I'm on the full screen. I don't.
And Ashley was kind enough to offer her Zoom link because I'm like, I want as many people as possible to be able to get on these calls every single week. It's hard. We haven't been able to find 1,000+ account, guys, so we will always get the recordings out to you as soon as possible. But this content and what they share is so powerful. So make sure you put it into action, guys. That's the thing. I've learned that there's doers and there's learners. For learners, you need to move yourself over to the doers, okay? You can't stay stuck in that learning phase. You have to put what you're learning into action in order to actually see this business grow. So I'm going to go through real quick and introduce Ashley and give her the floor, all right? Ashley is a retired first grade teacher. She is 26 years old, which I absolutely love. Like you can be any age in this business, you guys, and do well. She's a 9-star diamond coach. I know she popped several diamonds in the month of 2018 and crushed it, you guys. She's two-star diamond in her second business center. She finished number 25 in the entire company, you guys. That's over, I've seen like every different number, but I think we're probably close to 500,000 coaches at this point. So out of 25, out of over 500,000 coaches, number 25, you guys, the entire network with her and her team. She was the 2018 Premier Coach, 2019 Elite Coach, officially we can say it now, right? And she is a Success Club 10 All-Star Legend for 32 months. So that means for 32 months consecutively, she's helped 5 or more people get started on their health and fitness journey. Now, I've had the pleasure over the last couple of weeks to see the way that she runs her team. I feel very special to be able to see that. And I am floored and excited at what she's doing with her team, because she truly is just building them up and shining the light on them and showing from the front what it takes to be a leader and how to lead them. And I'm inspired by it. So I'm excited for her to be able to share with you guys what she's doing special so that you can start applying it to your team. So Ashley, I'm going to hand it over to you.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yay, awesome. Okay, so I am, in true teacher fashion, going to share my screen, because if I don't talk off of a PowerPoint, I will be a squirrel. So can you guys see my screen? Yeah, awesome. So we are recording. I just want to make sure, yes, we are recording. So like Mike said, my name is Ashley Feld-Dyson. I am going to talk today about, I need to go back to the beginning, about mastering your mindset. And I'm going to introduce myself and a little bit about my story. But before I jump into that, I just want to kind of preface it by saying that I was stuck in this business for a very long time. And, that's kind of the theme of why Meg asked us to jump on this call. Is I was the type of person where I thought the diamond was like the end goal. And so I treated it as diamond was this end goal. I got there very quickly and I lived there for 2.5 years. And so my theme of this entire PowerPoint, of this presentation, of this training is going to be to help you master your mindset and understand that no rank, no number, no dollar sign is going to determine what we do in this business. And I want to keep it so simple. We just got off the National Wake Up Call with Ashley Molstad, right? And she just talks about she got to top coach by doing the simple things. And so I kind of want to take it back there. I want to help align my story and why I failed for so long and how I grew success very quickly when I mastered my mindset. So my name is Ashley Feld-Dyson. I am currently 26 years old. I started this business when I was 22. And so my entire life I wanted to teach. I was born to teach, and I never changed my mind in my life. I was 5 years old, and I was actually my mentally challenged uncle basically took care of me when my mom was at work. My mom worked a ton of jobs when I was a child, and so I would come home and I would have my mentally challenged uncle be basically my caregiver until my mom got home that night. And he didn't know how to read and he didn't know how to write. And I remember so vividly bringing home my cursive writing packets and my books that day, bringing them home and having him sit with my stuffed animals in front of me and reading them to him. And that really instilled that leadership and that love of mentorship for me. I never ever changed my mind. I didn't want to be an astronaut or a doctor or a nurse. I followed my heart, and I got my undergrad in Buffalo, New York, and in elementary education. And my junior year of high school, or my junior year of college, I fell in love with my now fiance. And so he was living actually in Baltimore at the time, and I was living in Buffalo, so they're about a 7-hour difference. And the day that graduation rolled around, we had to make the decision of whether he was going to move to Buffalo or if I was going to move to Baltimore. And so I ended up picking my entire life up and moving into Baltimore at 21 years old. I had no savings account. I had nothing. I just finished student teaching and I was on the hunt for a job. And we moved right into his parents' basement. I ended up, luckily enough, falling right into my dream master's program. I wanted to be a reading specialist, and right into a first grade teaching position. The only problem was that I drove from Baltimore into DC every single day. So I had an hour-long commute every day. And so I was in the honeymoon stage for a couple of months until like January of that next year rolled around. So it was like 5 months of driving an hour to work and an hour home, pouring everything into my career, and then 3 nights a week driving to the opposite side of Baltimore to further my education in my master's program, which was tough. And then go home, drive an hour home, and do it all over again. I was masking and alcohol on the weekends. I was not focused on myself at all, and I was pouring and pouring and pouring out of my cup, and I was never putting anything back in. But of course, I can say that now, but back then, I didn't know I was doing it. I just saw that I wasn't getting better, and I wasn't being my best self. So January of 2015 rolled around exactly 4 years ago. And I decided to do what any 21 or 22-year-old would do with no knowledge of health and fitness. I signed up to go to a gym. I had no idea how to eat. I had no idea what to do at a gym, but I went there and I ran 3 miles every single morning for like 2.5 weeks, and then I burnt out very quickly. And I remember that month in January of 2015, I remember seeing my now coach on social media, and she was one of my childhood friends. She had this before and after photo, and it was before and after photo that changed my life. And it was a photo of before 21 Day Fix on the left, and then after 2 rounds of 21 Day Fix on the right. And it wasn't what she had in her photo, but it was like that sense of pride that she had accomplished something. And I knew that she was a nurse, and she was also furthering her education and going to get her master's. And so I got to see myself through her story. I got to see that if Caitlin could, Ashley could. And so I jumped right in. Actually, that Friday when I got paid, I jumped right in, and I fell in love with our programs. I fell in love with the sustainability and the knowledge that I gained from our programs. And so I led with my heart with that. And when Caitlin introduced the coaching opportunity for me, it was like a no-brainer. And I always go back to this moment. And the reason I am sharing my story so like laid out for you guys is because our stories, if you listen to me on the National Wake Up Call, our stories are everything. Our stories are everything. They are the one thing that we have that Ashley Molstead doesn't have, that Amy Silverman doesn't have. It's our story, right? And so when I always go back to why I got started, because those are the type of people that I am going to attract into my business. And so I felt, when she came to me about the coaching opportunity, it was like, of course I would. You proved to me what I was capable of through just sharing your passion. Why wouldn't I just show up and share my passion? And so I've led with that every single day. I hit Emerald the day I became a coach. I hit Diamond in 4 months. That's not really fast anymore, but back then it was kind of quick. Hit Diamond in 4 months in my business. It was right after Summit. Summit changed my life. If you are not going to Summit, you need to go to Summit. Get to Super Saturdays. Stay close to the fire, because that fire in your belly gets ignited, more and more every time you go to a live event. But I came home from Summit and I was like, you know what? This is it for me. I wanted to teach, but I want to teach on my terms. I dreamt my entire life of teaching, and then I got into this position, and it was like this gut-wrenching feeling of thinking, wow, I worked myself up all these years for something that I don't love. And something shinier came along, and it was something that I actually love, something that actually stole my passion, stole my heart. So I was just running. Unfortunately, I feel like I kind of stopped myself very often. I found success very quickly, so I thrived on my ego. I was very cocky in this business. I was one of the quickest people that my upline had ever converted, and I thought that I was on my high horse. I wasn't making a ton of money. I was making enough money to match my teaching income. But my problem was that I was attracting all of the wrong people because I wasn't staying true to myself. And so I want to talk to you guys about finding the right people through staying true to yourself and doing the things that are going to advance your business forward and not stay stagnant, right? Because if we're not getting better, we're getting worse. So I want to talk about these controllable things. And in 2017, after 1 full year of being a full-time coach and not advancing my business, not making more of an income, not changing any more lives than normal, not advancing in the network or anything like that, not doing anything that I knew that I was capable of, I realized that I had to sit back and ask myself, Ashley, what are you doing? What are you doing? You either have to shit or get off the pot. And so one of the things I wasn't doing was controlling the controllable. I was trying so hard to control the uncontrollable things. Raise your hand if you're a perfectionist like me. Anybody? I am like the queen of perfectionism. And so for me, I had like 10 working coaches below me in 2017. My problem was that I was so focused on perfecting them that I wasn't out finding new coaches. And so there's kind of like two ways to run this business. We either get a successful point and we're so focused on the next one, or we get a successful point and we want to pour everything into them that we forget that they might not be our golden ticket. We do still need to advance more people. But I was the type of person where I would put all of my eggs in one person's basket and then forget that my business needed to thrive on bringing new people in. And another problem that I had in that area was that I wasn't speaking my truth on social media. I was trying to attract all these perfect versions of me. And so I shared my story before, in starting this call. And leading up to 2017, really, I wasn't speaking that story. I was trying to find the already fitnessy people. I was trying to find the already yoga lovers and these already like acai bowl lovers, like vegans. I was trying to attract these health gurus. And I had asked myself, but Ashley, didn't you get started in this business because you didn't have the knowledge? Why don't you try to attract more people who can relate to your story? That's where it all changed for me. Everything started changing for me when I sat down, I laid a foundation of my story on my social media, and I spoke its truth every single day. So in controlling the controllable things, what are, in the chat, I like interactive calls, but in the chat, just list off a couple of things in our businesses and in our lives that we can control as human beings. What can we control? Yep, yourself, how we spend our time, doing the vitals, our mood, right? Cool. Our actions, perfect, right? We can control our mindset, whether we're growing or getting worse, right? We can control our nutrition, being a good human. We can control how we move our body. We can control our attitude. We can control ourselves in general, right? The number of people we talk to, the invites that we send, the content we put out. And those are the things that we can control, right? So what are some things that we cannot control in this business? What are a few things that we can't control in this business? Others? Responsive, that's a good one. Love it. Okay. So other people's decisions, right? So I always say, we cannot dictate our worth in this business based off of the numbers, the dollar signs, the rank, because those things come based on other people's decisions, right? And other people's decisions are things that we can't control. So when I think about Success Club, and if I have girls that are like, Ashley, I'm just such a bad coach because I can't hit Success Club this month. I'm like, wait. You are determining your success based off of things that you can't control. I want you to lean in to the good and what you know and the lives that will change when you do focus on the controllable things. And so often when the coaches who are coming up to me saying, I'm not having any success in this business, they're number one, dictating their worth based off of numbers and dollar signs and rank. But number two, they're not controlling the controllable things because they're so focused on what they can't control. Raise your hand if you feel like that sometimes. Some months you're just like so frustrated in changing lives that you're forgetting to do the things that will get you there. I know that I fell into that hustle and bustle every single month. I would be so focused on Success Club that I forgot why I got started and that it starts with me. And so the controllable things in this business, guys, number one, you have to be falling in love with your journey every single day. I look around at the leaders on my team, and every single one of the leaders on my team leading the leaderboards, crushing, their recruiting like crazy, ranking advanced consistently. They're the ones who are so passionate about bettering themselves that they are this beam of light on social media. It's authentic. It's passion filled. They are just this light. People are attracted to that. And those are the people who people want to be around. And then Same on the other side of the spectrum. I have coaches who come up to me and they're like, actually, I'm not having success. Well, I go to their social media and they're just posting sweaty selfies every single day with no value, with no content. And they are just they are hiding behind Beachbody. They smell like this Beachbody coach, right? They don't have anything to relate deeper on. And so control these controllable things, guys. Fall in love with your journey. And for me in 2017, I had to realign that arrow. I had to understand that if I want to attract coaches who are going to, wow, 74 people just jumped onto this call. That was really fast. It went from like 30 to 74. But if you want to attract the people, if you want to attract the hard workers who are going to consistently pour into their journey, you have to be that. If you want the girls who are going to hit Success Club, if you want the girls who are going to get on the National Wake Up Call, get on training calls, you have to be that. You have to do those controllable things every single day. And then the decision, this through and through is the number one deterrent of successful coaches versus unsuccessful coaches that I see so often. It's the language that they speak to themselves. And Shaun T said it perfectly on his social media the other day. He said, when we use the language like try and hope and wish, that's exactly what you're going to put in. If you are using these lackadaisical words, and aligning them to your business, that's exactly the type of energy you're going to pour into it. But if you look at your business and you become obsessed with it and you say, I'm going to crush this year, I'm going to set intentions that move me forward, and I'm not going to give myself another option. I am going to give my all in Transform 20. I am not going, and instead of using the words try and hope and wish, using the words like do and will and conquer. You might not feel it the first day, but I promise you that language factor, that language piece is going to be a quick shift in the payoff that happens in the long run. And not to mention that, but when you make this decision to shift your language and to shift your mindset, your girls, your soon-to-be coaches, your followers, your soon-to-be followers, they start to pick that up from you. They see that you're a light and that you know where you're going. You're not just kind of sort of doing it. You're in this and you're passionate and you are thriving. That is like the sexiest thing that I see in coaches is that they just know where they are in general, success in general. They know where they are, they know where they're going, and they're having so much fun doing it. They're not just teeter-tottering on the idea. That for me right there, I think is that confidence factor, that confidence extra layer that in order for people to trust you, they have to trust that you are all in this. I would not join Sally, who is just testing it out and just showing it up when she feels like it. I want to join the Sally who is in this, showing up to herself every single day, making the decision that she's going to be here. She's having fun. She is this light, and she's using the language that I know that I need in my life. Remember, we're always attracting exactly what we are. It's always about this law of attraction. I totally stole this from Melanie Mitro. She said this a couple of months ago on my team call, but she said, you have to make a list of your 4 priorities in your life. Make a list of 4 things in your life that, are your main priorities. So for me, it's my relationship with Tyler, my fiance, my Team Elevate, my health and fitness journey, and my family. So those are my 4 main priorities in my life. And so there are some things that we have to sacrifice in our life that don't align to those priorities, especially for me as a first-year teacher. When I was also going to grad school and starting this business, there were some things that I had to cut out that weren't lighting my flame or that weren't aligning to my priorities, like music in the car. Sure, made me a little bit peppier, but if I could listen to something that fueled my fire and got me hyped up to number 1, be the best Ashley that I could be, but be the best teacher that I could be, and also be the best coach that I could be, that was something that aligned to one of my priorities. Netflix at night. I was watching a stupid amount of TV. I would get home and I would melt into the couch and I would just watch episode after episode after episode. And it wasn't aligning to my business. It wasn't aligning to the relationship with my coaches, my relationship with Tyler, right? It wasn't helping me at all. So I ended up cutting out Netflix. We watch Netflix like 1 night a week now. And I started picking up reading. And I started reading books that fueled my fire, or instead of reading, I would sit on my computer and I would do that extra little hour of sending invites, or the extra hour of reaching out to my challengers and my boot camp, or my challengers and my coaches. And so you've heard this consistently. You hear this over and over and over again, these sacrifices. We just heard it from Ashley Molstad on the National Wake Up Call. It's the four vital behaviors. It is the 4 vital behaviors, not one on Monday, not one on Tuesday, one on Wednesday. It's all 4 of them every single day, and aligning those not so sexy action items to drive your business forward. And so for me, in 2017, I was doing 2016 and 2017, my first real year as a coach, I was doing them when they were convenient for me. And guess what that instilled into my few coaches that I had on my team? Having them only do it when it was convenient for them. And so when I started living and breathing the vitals and having fun with them, and Grant Cardone says it perfectly. He says, you don't have to like what you do to love what you're doing it for. And that was what I started breathing into my team when I realized that the 4 vital behaviors were going to get me one step further in my journey. I didn't have to like sending invites. I didn't have to like working out. I didn't have to like, sitting there and creating content for social media, but I did have to love why I was doing it. I had to fall in love with the purpose behind these not so sexy action items. And if you guys have ever heard the well analogy, this is like the perfect example of trusting that your business is moving forward. You picture this brand new well, and in order for you to create water pressure in this well, you have to pump, and you have to pump, and you have to pump this well. Well, this man pumping this well to build the water pressure, he just has to kind of trust that it's growing underground, right? He can't see the water pressure growing, but he's pumping and he's pumping and he's pumping, and he's just trusting that it's building underground. Well, align that to your business. We come into this business and our coach tells us to do X, Y, and Z. So we're pumping and we're doing it, and we're sending invites, and we're, pouring into our journey, and we're sharing that on social media, and we're jumping on team calls, and we're doing all of the things. And at first we're pumping and we're not seeing anything. It's happening underground, but we have to trust that it's working. We have to trust that if we pump slower, it's going to move slower. And if we pump faster, it's going to move faster. And there are 2 different types of people in this business. One person sees that first droplet of water come out of their well, and they are like, oh, I just pumped for so long and so hard, and I got that 1 droplet of water. And they start pumping slower until they stop pumping and they fill out their coach cancellation form, right? We've all seen those type of people. Or there's this one person that they see that 1 droplet of water, and this 1 droplet of water isn't just a success clip point. It's not just changing your first life or getting your first coach. It's the first person you feel like you inspired. That first day that you feel like, wow, I'm really doing well in my, I'm really starting to show up to myself, and it's becoming simple. Or you feel like you really got your posting group down. You can't dictate, this doing well in your business based on the points and the numbers, right? So this other person sees this droplet of water, and they're like, game on. I'm using that as an indication that there are so much more water to come. So they start pumping faster and faster, and then the momentum starts to grow. I keep talking about Ashley Molstad on the National Wake Up Call, but look at her. She said that in December of 2016, she had 3 success clip points. That was 2 years ago. Ashley Molstad had 3 success clip points in December. Hi, we are all capable of being top coach in this network if we pump our wells and we trust that the momentum is growing underground. Do the not so sexy action items. The problem is that there's no secret to this business. We can get on and we can inspire each other, and we can feel this movement and this mission together. But what's going to really take your business forward is you getting out of your own way, you understanding your story, you diving into the 4 vital behaviors and doing them every single day, and trusting that the payoff is coming and having fun while doing it. I have never gotten more messages from people in my business than this past year when I started Transform 20 and I started having fun again. This business became simple. This business is so simple. This became simple again for me, and I just dug back into my roots of why I got started, why I fell in love with this business, and it was because I just started pouring back into myself. Shaun T taught me to just pour back into myself again, have fun, show up. Not only has my team, oh my gosh, my team since I started Transform 20, we have skyrocketed like crazy. My income has skyrocketed like crazy. I'm in the best shape of my life. I'm down 15 pounds. I feel so much better. My relationship, just everything, because I decided to go back to those vital things of how and why I fell in love with this business. And now I'm like 4 months into doing that, and I'm having so much fun. I'm, and you get those people who start to see that light on social media. You start pouring over into every other cup. And the last two things I just want to say briefly, and then we can do questions if you want. I don't know how you want to do it, but the last thing, and I kind of mentioned it before, I want you to think about this one person, whether you are a man, whether you are a woman, whatever type of coach that you are. I want you to think about the coach that you crave to lead, your dream coach. If you were to sign one today, what attributes? How does she look? How does she sound? How does she, post on social media? What are her attributes? Who is she? And I want you to write that in the chat. Your dream coach, what is she like? Uh-oh, everybody had the wrong link. Fearless, I love that. Peppy, doesn't give up, positive, coachable. I love it. Passionate, driven, caring, determined, honest. These are awesome. Yeah, so I think about my dream coach. I think if I signed a coach today, I would want her to be somebody who is just a sponge and eager. She's leaning into the fact that she's starting her own business and she knows it's going to be a challenge, but she's leaning into that challenge. She's somebody who I tell her we have a team call and she's putting it into the calendar and she's not putting anything over it. She is in the team page. She's building relationships. She's starting to, create her coming out posts on social media. And not only that, but she's using her emotions and her journeys to start sharing on social media. She's now pouring into her own journey. She understands and she sees that when she does get to pour into herself, it pours over into every other cup. She is eager to hit Success Club. She's motivated by these trips. She's motivated by the freedom waiting for her at the finish line. I could go on and on and on for hours and hours and hours. But you guys have to take a good hard look in the mirror and ask yourself, am I her? Am I him? Am I that person? Am I getting on every team call? Am I hitting Success Club every month? Not by the skin of your teeth, but hitting it and hitting it with confidence. Am I pouring into my journey? Am I not breaking promises with myself? Am I in my team page building relationships? Am I doing the 4 vital behaviors every day, not just when it's convenient for me? Or am I showing up and am I pouring into the vitals daily? You're not going to get your dream coach unless you are being her. Unless you are this living, breathing example of your dream coach, you will never find her. Ever, ever, ever. And that was a good reality check for me in 2017. And I had to be here all year of 2017. I didn't all of a sudden just decide to change my business and then success started growing. It was like all of 2017 was when I really dug my feet in the ground and I had to crush it every single day. I had to be my dream coach. And then 2018 was really when the success started to grow. The girl started to just show up. I always use the analogy of like I started throwing my pebble in the pile in 2017, one day after another, throwing the pebble. And then at the beginning of 2018, I looked back at the pile that I created and I was like, holy shit, where did this mountain come from? And it's just this, and I picture that in my head that that's exactly how it happened. And it happens by you being the exact dream coach that you crave and by doing the not so sexy vitals every single day because you trust that change is coming and having fun while doing it. Last thing I want to say is that if you can go to bed every single night knowing and put your head down on your pillow, knowing that you, number one, benefited yourself, but you shared that passion and you shared that light on social media, that should be enough for you. The Success Club points will come. The rank will come, the money will come, but you have to be clear that every night when you go to bed that you have accomplished what you set out to accomplish that day. If you allow yourself to focus on the points and to focus on the numbers, then you're going to get frustrated. So focus on the things that you know will get you there and the numbers and stuff will come. All right.
Ashley, that was amazing. I think that was like a mic drop when you said, like, you will not find your dream coach until you're acting like her. But I think the important thing for people to hear, and you said this so beautifully, is like you have to be doing it for a while, you guys. You have to be acting like that coach, that dream coach that you want to attract, for 60 to 90 to 6 months, you guys. Like, it's, depending on you and how long you've been doing this business, it's going to take some time before you attract that person and be okay with it taking a while. Be that person that gets excited to see that one drop of water that comes out of the pump versus someone who is like, I worked so hard and I saw one droplet of water, right? So it's just shifting that mindset. I thought that was beautiful. Okay, so Robin said, Ashley, when do you get your invites in? How many did you start doing in the beginning and how many are you doing now? You rock.
You rock, Robin. I am a heavy inviter. If you have not seen my inviting video in the Beachbody Champions page, I break down how I invite through and through. I do like a hamburger or a hot dog style method where I always have my notebook in front of me. But I'm not going to lie, I invite a lot. And I grow my Instagram a lot. I knew that if I wanted to talk to more people, then I had to get more eyes on me because I'm not a cold messenger, like meaning I don't go out and I don't cold message people who are not either liking my content or watching my Instagram stories. So I think that the most beautiful part about Instagram, number one, is that we have the ability to take people from our cold market into our warm market very quickly because it's a area where we can be very ourselves and they get to find our story and see our antics and all of that those fun things. But you have to get more eyes on you. You have to get more eyes on you as soon as possible. So going out and finding the other Shelbys and Robins and Megs of the world that you can relate to, and also knowing your brand. This is kind of going away from inviting, but your invites are going to be better when you know who you are in social media, when you know that you're not just a Beachbody coach. Guys, don't hide behind Beachbody. The worst mistake we can make as coaches is to hide behind Beachbody, but instead have health and fitness, and don't just label you as just being a Beachbody coach. You have knowledge in health and wellness, and let that be your thumb. But have those 4 other things that you stand behind on social media. Like mine are, I am planning a wedding. We're building a house. I am a dog mom. I'm a fashionista. I love hair, makeup, stuff like that. I'm very big mindset driven. So those are things I could talk about consistently. And then being a health and wellness coach is just one of those things. Because, for instance, I love Jesse James Decker. So I'm consistently following people who follow Jesse. And so when those people follow me back, people who love Jesse James Decker aren't going to follow me back as a health coach. They're going to follow me back because I love hair and makeup and maybe stuff with Tyler and planning a wedding. Those type of things. That's one part of my brand. And then they're going to see that they have more to relate to you on. And then when you do send them a message, it's not so much of, oh, it's Ash Feldison. It's not just an Instagram handle. It's Ashley. Like, I know who she is. I've gotten to know her through her Instagram stories. I know her dogs. I know Tyler. I know, all of these things about her life. But inviting will be very simple for you guys once you build a brand and you build fans. Spend time building your brand. Spend time going out and finding the other yous of the world. You will never regret it. I have my girls take like 30 minutes of every single day to go out and mass find those people to follow them back and just follow. If they don't want to follow you back, they don't follow you back, but I have got some of my best coaches in the world that way.
Okay, and so going off of that, and I saw a couple people ask about this as well, and the question popped in my head. What's your top tips of growing your Instagram? You said 30 minutes a day, which is doable for every single person. So what do you have them do in those 30 minutes?
Yeah, so find, get out of the box and find profiles that you like, not related to Beachbody. So whether you are a nutrition girl or you are a fashion girl, or maybe dogs, or maybe you're planning your wedding, you're building a house, everything that makes you guys, make a laundry list of everything that makes you you. And now go find a social media profile that aligns to that one part of your brand. So dog mom, I could go out and I could find somebody who posts about their dogs all the time, right? Like I follow this girl, Paleo MG. So she's paleo, she's nutrition, she has a mass following, and everybody loves her French bulldog. So that's like 2 things on my checkbox that I follow a bunch of people who follow her. I find all of the other Ashes in the world who follow her. Jesse James Decker is a big one that I follow. Brands, I follow people from Tarte Cosmetics, Amazon, Target, or just I guess my biggest piece of advice and what I always have my girls do is make this laundry list of everything that makes you you, every single thing that fits into your brand, and then find profiles that align to them and follow people. So go to their profiles, and if you can look at people who like their posts. If I were to go to Jesse James Decker, I could go to her most recent post, click it, see all of her likes on the post, click the people who liked her post, go through, and just based on their icon, somebody that I could see on Team Elevate on my team, I would just follow. I'm not going to take the time to go to their Instagram and see. Most of the time they're going to be private anyway. I'm going to follow because now it's their job to determine whether they want to follow me back. But chances are, if your social media is not just one track, it's actually, full of your brand, full of things that make you you, they're going to want to follow you back because you're interesting. Make it look pretty. Don't be afraid to stand in front of a window and take a photo. But that's why we're consistently working on building, Instagram trainings. Take photos in front of windows. Don't just take it in front of the same shower curtain. I had a coach who was taking her photos every single day in front of the same shower curtain. I wouldn't want to follow somebody like that. So we went to the drawing board and said, okay, what are some other ways that you can get photos, that you can get content? And now she's like a master poster because she's just mastered her weakness. And so if your Instagram is your weakness, lean into it and make it your strength. It was for sure my weakness.
I love that. I just started doing that, so I guess I'm on the right road. Okay. We'll take 2 more questions, you guys. So Brooke said, what is your biggest suggest in terms of gaining business builders versus customers?
So I don't invite to the coaching journey off of my social media because I was not drawn into the coaching journey. What I do instead is I talk about coaching all the time. Everybody knows that I love it. It's like it makes my heart beat faster. I'm very passionate about my girls, about our trips. It runs through my veins, right? So they know that I'm a coach, but I don't send private messages about coaching. What I do instead is that when somebody's ready to sign up for my boot camp, I will send them. I'm actually just going to put it into the chat so you can see it, and then I'll read it from there because my girls have a lot of success with it. So instead of, waiting 2 weeks for them to be on their journey, and then I say to them, all right, girl, you're crushing it. What would you think about signing up to be a coach? I instantly say this. I say, all right, I'm so excited. I just need to know 3 things from you. Your email, which flavor Shakeology do you want to go with? My favorite's vanilla, blah, 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 blah. And do you want to kick off your journey with being a coach as well? I did this and just used my social media as a platform to share my journey, and it definitely helped me keep accountable while inspiring others. Totally cool either way. I get 8 out of 10 people always sign up for it, and I allow them to, number one, fall in love with their journey to start, but then they start to fall in love with the team calls and bettering themselves on social media and having that extra little accountability layer. But that right there has helped me tremendously.
That's awesome. Thank you for sharing that. What a great tool, you guys. I hope you all just copied and pasted that, okay, so that you have that tool. Okay, last question. So we're going to see. Daniela said, do you unfollow people once you start following them?
Yep.
So do you use an app for that, or what do you do?
Yep, there's an app called Cleaner. And personally, when I was a newer coach and there was no such thing as apps for Instagram, I did it all on my own. But now you have the app Captivate that helps you grow your Instagram. So I'll use Captivate Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. I'll give a break Wednesday, Thursday, Friday to allow those Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday people to follow me back. And then Sunday, the app basically unfollows anybody who didn't follow you back.
That's awesome. Super, super, super. Okay. Last question, because I just saw it pop up. Stephanie said, I've done this too, but people are weird about the extra fee, even though it saves them money. Any tips on that? So do you have people push back, and I'm like,
I don't sign people up as discount coaches. This is strictly for people who want to work the business. And people are going to feed off of your energy. So if you're it's $15 a month, I always video them back. And I learned this from Ashley Molstad. She has the cutest way of responding. I always video them back, and I'm totally cool, girlfriend, but it is saving you $16. If you're going to continue your Shakeology, it's just easier for you to sign up this way than, re-sign up for the discount later. You're going to have to pay $40 down the road. But I don't sign up discount coaches. The script that I sent you was strictly for coaches who actually want to dive into the coaching opportunity. But build knowledge, guys. It's a $16 coach fee, but you get 25% off your shakes. So if they're Shakeology drinkers, they're still saving roughly $16. It's an incredible deal, number one, and it's $16. If they're working their business, that covers inventory, that covers payroll, that covers, everything back end. That covers customer service, which is incredible. And I always say that to them, $16 to cover all of that incredible stuff. And I get 25% off of that. Like, that's a total win. You just need to build your knowledge and feel comfortable sharing that passionately, and they're going to feed off of that energy.
I love that. You guys, there's so much knowledge in this call. So we will get the recording back out to you guys so you can rewatch it.
Hi, more people joined. Was that good? That was good. Like, I obviously can't copy and paste what she said about what's your email address, what flavor of Shakeology do you want, and do you want to sign up as a coach to save $16 and share your accountability on social media, that sort of thing. You probably all got it written down. Let's see. Chat here. Does she mean, like, for example, type in Amazon hashtags and find people who post? I don't know. Because that would be a big, I don't know. I was thinking actual Amazon, but maybe it is the hashtag. Either or, probably. Let's do.
So you mean, like, okay, you could go find Amazon on Instagram, and the people who follow Amazon, okay, like I shop on Amazon a lot, so I would just, does she mean like I would just go to Amazon, and then the people who follow it just like click and follow those people?
I think that's what she meant, but there's a lot of people following Amazon, but it sounds like it. Hey, Jen.
I think she means a post that resonates with you, perhaps, that Amazon has posted. So, like right now, I just got into Essence of Dance, which is a company locally. So rather than just like the people that follow Essence of Dance, I think it's going on to like an actual post, like say Amazon is done, that you're like, oh yeah, there's shoes on that post or whatever. And then looking at who liked that specific post so that it's a bit more personal and connected, and then following those people. I think
that makes sense.
I think this is not so big a list.
Yeah, because that would be crazy. That was really good. That's where I know I'm lacking. Like, I've been doing the stories, but I have not been connecting with people who are watching my stories. Like, I have just been doing the stories, right? So I rarely even do too many pictures on Instagram. So I need to start following people, and hopefully they'll start following back. That's where I definitely am lacking. But that was
my whole thing on Instagram has been that either they're already coaches or it's businesses that are trying to get me to buy from them.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm having a heck of a time. So I think I'm going to take her suggestion on that and find people that have that we like specific things and start following to see how many I can get to follow me back. That's an awesome idea.
Yeah, I had heard of that cleaner thing too. I had purchased an Instagram training that I got halfway through, didn't finish, but that was one of the things that cleaner, I guess, helps you to unfollow people who don't follow you back, sort of thing. I don't know how that works, but or represent the business. Yeah. But yeah, so that was really, really good. I like her a lot, actually. What else? Tons of notes.
I have to start diving into the Champions page a lot more too, because I have not utilized anything on there, and I really need to start delving into that. There's so much content on there; it's crazy.
It's so much. And then they started the units and stuff now. I mean, there's so much stuff in there that you literally could like do all your training in there. But
yeah, I even saw one that says new coaches start here, just like ours does in Posh. I'm like, holy crap. I didn't realize that was all in there.
I know that corporate has just been like insanely trying to make it simple, you know? I know when we first started, it was like, just go figure it out. Just go figure it out, you know? And now it's almost like there's so much that I don't know. But yeah, there's definitely not a lack of, for sure. So yeah, so I'm loving that the series is, and I'm not loving that people are stuck, but I mean, it seems like people do get stuck, you know, and the whole fact that she said she was cocky in her business when she first started because she had instant success, and then she was just kind of stuck there because she was kind of stuck with her ego. But what else? Falling in love with the journey. Change your language from try, hope, and wish to crush it, do, will, and conquer. Not, I'm going to try, freaking gonna do it. Crush it.
I have to say, I got my second message from her tonight, and it made me realize that this is God knocking on my friggin' brain again, saying, okay. But anyway, was her talking about how she used to binge watch Netflix. Well, I'm in the middle of, or I'm about 2 chapters into High Performance Habits, which, by the way, if you guys are really wanting to build and figure out how to get your brain to switch into high gear on business, this is an amazing book. I'm getting so much out of this. It's crazy. But anyway, one of the things he talked about was that I was going through today was, what are the things that you're doing that are that's not helping with your passion? Well, I'm sitting in front of the flippin' TV for how many hours a day? So when she said that, I was just like, oh my God, here we go. Yep, that's it. That's it. I have to be done. I'm going to have to, yeah. It's horrible because it's just like trying to quit cigarettes. How bad is that? But yeah, I mean, that was a big part of what was taking up all my time. So it's just crazy. So the fact that she said that again just kind of really resonated, and I'm like, well, there we go. There's the light bulb.
Or reward yourself after you've done the stuff that you're supposed to do, and then say, oh, I can watch an hour or whatever at the end of the night. Okay. What else, guys? Punta Cana, who's going? Or Bora Bora, Jennifer? Oh, that's like my bucket for sure. When you said that it lit your fire, I'm like, oh God, seriously? Yeah.
Okay, well, speaking of that, because she was, that was at Super Saturday, and I was like, Bora Bora's on my list. I met my husband at a party called Bora Bora, so I'm like, okay, we have to go. But just, I know this is probably a stupid question, but the 4 vital behaviors, would that be my workout, setting my invites, my social media, and what's the other one? When she kept saying my 4 vitals.
Okay, so they've kind of changed. They were invite, be approved the product works, personal development.
Oh, personal development. Okay.
Yeah, and then the 4th one is now get people results. And it used to be recognition, but that kind of, you do that kind of thing anyway.
Okay.
But yeah.
Thank you.
Sure.
That'll get me to Bora Bora, right? One day.
Massive action, yes, girlfriend.
I'll go with you.
The Punta Cana, you guys, sign up. You can earn your trip by hitting Success Club. Seriously, get on that list. If you hit Success Club, you get your room paid for. You do have to put a $300 deposit down, but everything else is covered. Your food, your drink, your room, you can have up to, I think, 4 people in a room. It's crazy. And the whole resort is usually Beachbody. So it's insanely awesome. I already signed up. I'm going on the first wave, which is March the 21st to the 25th, 2020. And so, really? Gotta get there. Seriously. So the cruise is coming up in March, so you're going to see people on that, and you're going to be like, dang, I want to be there. So go ahead and sign up now for Punta Cana. Seriously. I just can't say that enough. And we should all be on the same wave so we can all hang out together. It's either the different ones. It's Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and the other one's Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So either way, you're going to have 3 business days and 2 weekend days. If that makes sense. But I kind of did it on the fact that usually I do the one that has less work days so that Paul doesn't have to take off a lot of work time, but they're the same this time. So anyway, we went to the resort in 2017 or 18? 17. And it's so nice. I mean, so nice. And so, yes. Something to work for too, right? So you sign up, you have a trip if you get your Success Club points. And then for whatever you don't get, which you can get all of it, you just pay for the rest of it. But you don't have to do that if you get your Success Club points. So okay, so we were there that wave too that stormed the whole time, which we were talking about this in another thread. It was like monsoon. It wasn't just like a little shower here and there like you get in the Caribbean sometimes. It was monsoon. And the wave before that didn't get that. So that's not typical, but we spent some time in the room. I remember us taking pictures in the jacuzzi tub with our bathing suits on in the room because we couldn't go outside. But there was plenty of stuff inside the resort to do. There was shopping and playing games and just all kinds of stuff. Yes, it's based on Success Club. So every point that you get, you earn dollars. There's a whole video in FAQ. I'll post it in the team page. But for every Success Club point, you get $10 towards the trip. This month is double. So if you get Success Club this month, then you get $20 per Success Club point towards the trip. So really and truly, if you get 5 per month, it should pay for it, I think. And the resort gives you $750 worth of resort credits that you can use towards spa, anything that they offer, and it's not limited. So if you want to go and get the resort gives it to you for, if you want to go get a massage one day, you can. You want to go get your hair done, you can. If you want to go buy some stuff in the shops, you can. I mean, that resort credit is just for everyone. So that's really cool too, which I didn't take advantage of. I know everybody else did. They're getting massages and makeup done and shopping and getting photo shoots and stuff like that, which I wanted to do that, but again, it rained. So you did the ATVs, see, and excursions. You can do excursions with your.
I've been shopping.
Yeah.
What's wrong with you, woman? You didn't go shopping?
Oh, girl, you don't shop. I look homeless half the time. Until I go on trips and then I pull out a little dress and I'm like, I pretend like I actually dress normal. But yeah, they have all kinds of shops too. It wasn't just like a gift shop. They had actual stores, almost like a mall. It's insane. So get there, sign up. I'm telling you. And again, it gives you something other than just outside of your normal business stuff to work towards, because you'd be like, oh crap, I need to pay for my trip. So anyway, that's my plug. Not to mention I want to hang out with y'all in the Caribbean.
I'll be there.
Whoop, whoop. All right. Oh, and Summit, obviously, it will be before that. We're, what, 6-ish months away? 7 months? Something like that. It'll be here before you know it. So if you're not signed up, get signed up. We will be doing some sort of team party. My guess is probably kind of like we did last year, Thursday, late afternoon, right before everything starts, so that you don't have to get there on Wednesday if you can't. We want everybody be at the party. So last year we did like a pre-dinner drinks before the pre-thing, and it worked out really, really well. So that's the plan. We'll get somewhere closer this time and maybe a little bit more nice. I didn't know we were going to be like a little ways out, but it ended up being fun. But anyway, I know we're getting close to time. Oh, it's 9. Sorry, guys. I'm just rambling. All right. Well, thank you guys for getting on. Obviously, we need a team picture, even though I look, again, homeless. Brooke, Jesse, you want to be on? We need our guy representing. Oh, and there's Jen. Hi. All right, you guys. On 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. All right. Uh-oh. Jen and Jesse, what happened? Okay. We might just have to stick with the first picture. All right, you guys, go kick the rest of this week's butt and get your Transform 20 on and your meal plans and all that good stuff, because I love Transform 20. So anyway, I guess that's it, you guys. Love you and have a great rest of the week. Bye.